Mhm. బంద్ చేసినట్టున్నా చూడు. ఆఫ్ చేయి.
Good morning, all. Hope you are able to hear me.
Yes, Naveen.
Thanks for the confirmation. Okay. Any questions from your previous sessions? Like yesterday's sessions, we have covered modules in SAP. What are the different modules, right? There are the modules in SAP are divided into three categories: functional modules, technical modules, and web-based modules, right? And functional modules, right? This is our part of T, as I said that. So here we are going to cover FICO, right? We are going to cover FICO 100%. Okay, we are going to cover FICO 100%. Okay, and additionally, we are going to cover, okay, this one, materials management, at least, okay, 70% we are going to cover materials management. So in your resume, once you are completed, then you can say that you know FI, finance module and controlling module, and you know 70% of MM module, right? And majority SD module, 70% of SD module. Next one, 70% of your PP module also. So in your resume, you can mention that we are well versed with, okay, FICO, MM, SD, and 70% of your, and apart from that, additionally, we are going to cover technical module. That is nothing but your ABAP module also. At least 30 to 40% we are going to cover. Clear? So normally in every institute or anywhere, people train only on functional module. That is, if you are taking FICO, they will cover only FICO, not MMSD PP, right? So we are covering we are covering the modules on functional base and as well as technical base. So where we need to see after completion of this course, we need to see ourselves as a techno-functional consultant. Techno-functional consultant. So we are going to add in our resume that we are the techno-functional consultants, not normal.
Same Inzu.
Sorry.
Sorry, Naveen, I was not in mute.
Okay, please. It's okay. Okay, so we are going to cover functional module also. So that is a functional as well as a technical module. So we will update our resume as we are techno-functional consultants. Techno-functional consultants. Clear? That is a main target of ours. Right? So let me cover this. And one more thing. Here today we are going to cover system landscape. Let me close this. Okay, system landscape. What do you mean by system landscape? So normally, again, I am reiterating, in our course, we are giving training server. As I said that we have two products of SAP. The FICO we are going to learn on ECC, and what is the other one? S4 HANA. Correct? We are going to learn on ECC and on S4 HANA. So here to practice on ECC, we need to have a separate server on ECC, separate server on S4 HANA. Sorry, kindly mute yourself if you're not. Okay. So here we need to practice on ECC and we need to practice on S4 HANA. So here for practice purpose, what we are going to do, we are already raised the request. Okay, we are going to give ECC server access. If you have a laptop, then tomorrow you will get the credentials. Okay, ECC server access. ECC server access we are going to give. It's a free of cost, which is nothing but which is inclusive in your fee, right? ECC server access you are going to get, and it is valid till the end of your course. Till the end of your course, as I said, of your course. That is also in ECC also the latest one we are giving Okay, the latest one I am giving, that is, okay, that is the server for practice server. We are giving ECC 6. This is the latest one, ECC 6 with EHP 7 version. With EHP 7 version. Okay, along with the GST model. This is the latest in ECC. So that server access I'm going to do. And same thing, we have one more thing need to be practiced. That is S4 HANA. Clear? So that I can't give as a free of cost, right? So that we need to purchase from the vendor. Clear? If you here we are providing a server, but we are charging for that. Again, I'm reiterating, we are charging for that. If you are okay, then you can take from us, because this is completely a dedicated server what we have, right? If you feel that, for example, from SRUSTY Technologies or Exceletics is charging 5,000 per 6 months, the server access, 5,000 per 6 months. Okay, for 6 months. And this is a dedicated server. This is a dedicated server. Only 30 or 40 people who are belong to our institute, only those people will practice on this, right? Outside also you can take the server access. So probably they will give you on a monthly basis of 1,000 or 800. So that will a shared server access. That is shared server access. So you can take from outside, but they will give you not dedicated one. They will give you shared server access. What is the issue with the shared server access? In the sense, you can do practice, no problem in this. Clear? You will get a shared server access, but here what happens is that will be given to number of users, 100 200 users they will give. So if one person is doing any changes in the server, then everybody will get an error. Everybody at the time of practice, everyone will get an error. So that is nothing but we call it as a dump errors. At the time of practice, you are going to get dump errors, right? So in the classroom here, if it is, if institute server, in the sense, if someone is doing any changes, then we can monitor, because my vendor will monitor who has done the changes and what is the things I am asked to change and what other changes they have done. We will caught it and we will terminate immediately the access. Clear? But outside it is not possible. Dump errors in the sense, when you practice, clear, so you will get different errors, right? So in the classroom, if you mention that, sir, I am getting this error, or Naveen, I am getting this error, in the sense, then I may not resolve the issues, because that is not related to your subject. That is related to someone has done some changes in the server. So that I may not give, because I need to spend lot of time to correct that errors. So that is the reason we are not going to discuss in our classroom whatever dump errors you are going to get. But same thing, whatever servers you are taken from us, then probably that will be closely monitored. Closely monitored. So same thing in ECC also, you're not going to get any errors, because everything will be, every time it will be refreshed and it will be monitored. Clear? So for practice purpose, we need to have a two servers. One server ECC, one server S4 HANA. As I said that ECC server access, I'm going to provide you within whatever material, whatever fee you paid or whatever it is. So I'm going to provide that server access. But S4 HANA, it's a terms and conditions applicable. And you can take from outside also if they are providing on a reasonable price, right? But if you are getting any server errors, then I am not the responsible person to cover that. Clear? And one more thing. So just to kindly check what you can do it. And what are the server access? So here in real time, what happens is, let me record the session. It is already recorded. Okay. And normally what happens is, in practice environment, system landscape. I'll discuss today system landscape. System landscape. Okay. So what exactly system landscape? In the sense, in training environment, Okay, in training environment, we will have only one server. We will have only one server. That's it. In that only we will do development. In that only we will do the testing. In that only we will do the production activity. But in real time, clear? In real time, normally minimum in real time, okay, in real time, minimum 3 servers will be available in real time. Minimum 3 servers will be there. Okay, how many servers will be there in real time? Minimum 3 servers. Maximum, it all depends upon their capacity. Clear? So what are the servers we will have in the sense? Okay, first server we call it as a development server. First server we call it as a development. This is I'm talking about real time development server. Next one we will have quality server. Quality server. Next one we will have production server. Production server. Okay. So how many servers minimum we will have? Development server, quality server, and production server minimum. But in our training environment, we will have only one server. In that only we will we will do development activities, quality and testing, okay, quality and testing we will do in the same server, and production activities also we will do in the same server. But in real time, for development we will have one server, for quality and testing we will have another server, and production we will have another server. Clear? So how it will work? For example, in development server, so system hardware setup. What do you mean by landscape? System landscape, in the sense the arrangement of systems. What do you mean by system landscape? Okay, system landscape, in the sense the arrangement of servers is known as system landscape. Okay, what do you mean by system landscape? Arrangement of servers or arrangement of systems is known as a landscape. So for example, in real time, what happens? How many servers we will have? Development server, quality server, and production server. For example, I am SAP AG is a, we discussed yesterday. Who is this SAP AG? Product provider. Correct? Product provider. Right? And who is purchasing the licenses? For example, Reddy Labs or BHEL. BHEL is purchased license from SAP AG, means BHEL wants to use SAP in their organization, right? So what BHEL has done? BHEL has purchased SAP license from SAP AG, right? So here BHEL is in Hyderabad. BHEL is in Hyderabad and SAP AG, for example, they are in Germany. Okay. And next one, they have given the project to Infosys. Project to Infosys, right? So here Infosys is a software company. Correct? BHL is an end user company. So whenever they purchased, BHEL has been purchased the licenses from SAP AG, okay, then they can arrange the license or server in different places. For example, they are from Hyderabad, so they want development server. They want to maintain Infosys Bangalore. For example, Infosys in Bangalore. Okay. So SAP BHEL Hyderabad purchased SAP product from Germany and they have given project to Bangalore Infosys. Right. So here when they purchase, they will maintain three servers. One is a development server, quality server, and production server. Right. So here they will keep development server in, for example, Bangalore. Development server in Bangalore. Okay, development server. Quality server in Hyderabad. Okay, and production server is also in Hyderabad. Right? Or quality server BHL is having in Chennai also. So they want to maintain quality server in Chennai and production server in Hyderabad. Okay, development server in Bangalore. So here how they are arranging the server, how they are maintaining the server in different places or at one place. So that arrangement we call it as a system landscape. System landscape. Clear? And next one. So when here in who is the software company here? Who is the software company here?
Infosys.
Infosys is a software company, correct? So here, first what Infosys will do, Infosys will take the requirement from BHEL. According to that, they will configure, develop software according to BHEL requirement. Okay, so what they will do here in this, so I will mention development server, what it will do. So here they will have, each server will have a multiple clients. Okay. What do you mean by multiple client? What do you mean by multiple clients? So what do you mean by client here? So I'll explain what is a client. What is a client? In generally, client means a customer. In general, client means a customer, correct? So, but here client is a 3-digit code. Client is a 3-digit code. In SAP, what is a client? Client is a 3-digit code which contains the data, which contains the data, what kind of data it contains? User master data, right? What do you mean by user master data? Okay, for example, there are clients called 100, 3-digit code, 110, 120. Let me open a document. I'll clearly explain that. 1 second. One second. I'll share this documentation also. Yeah, you can see here what is a client. Okay, what is a client? Client concept in SAP. A client is an organizational and legal entity in SAP system. I'll talk what do you mean by that. Okay, so already we discussed what is R1, R2 and R3, correct? So here it is an independent unit, an R3 system. So what is the data does it contain? A client contains user master data. A client contains user master data, same thing. Okay, and next one, what it contains? Customizing client dependent data. I'll copy here. Okay, so what it is there? A client. Okay, a client is an autonomous unit in R3 environment. Already we discussed what do you mean by R and what do you mean by 3. System with regarding to commercial law and organization data. So what it is there? User master. Okay, user record and user authorizations will be there. For example, in an organization, for example, in an organization, okay, entry level people, they will recruit entry level people, they will call it as an associates. Next one, specialists. Okay. Next one, team leads. Next one, managers. Okay. Next one, senior managers or what operations managers, OMs. Clear? So here, these are designations they are having. Associates, specialists, team leads, managers, operations managers. So these are the designations in the organization they have. So here the client, for example, client in client 100, client 110, client 120 contains what kind of data? User master. I'll tell you what do you mean by a master data, what do you mean by a transactional data. Okay, so first let me complete this. So here user records in the sense, so the person associate, for example, there is a person called Naveen. Okay, so he is an associate in the organization. He is doing an entry level job. So his total details will be saved under this particular client. Under this particular client. So total details. So what are the accesses he need to have, right? For example, they are recording the transaction, means inventory invoice processing. Only is need to have access only for invoice processing access only he need to have. Clear? User authorizations in the sense he need to process only invoice. That's it. He will not have any other access. Clear? How it will be controlled? The data will be there in this particular client. So how many clients I am having in this particular server? 1, 2, 3. So Naveen will have only access to 100 client. Clear? And in the 100 client, Naveen complete details will be there. And what are the authorizations he need to have? What are the transactions he need to have authorized? Only that that will be mentioned in this client level. So that is the reason client is considered as an entity. Client is an autonomous unit in R3 environment. Clear? So like the 1,000 Naveen and other person A, B, C, D. So total whoever are there at this particular level. So everybody's data will be there in client 100. Right? Next one. Customizing. Right? So client dependent customizing data. So user data will be there. Whoever are using the server, their data will be there. Next one, customization. Client. Who is the client here? Who is the customer here? Who is the customer for SAP? Who is the customer? Infosys is the customer, or BHEL is the customer, or SAP AG is the customer?
BHL.
BHEL is the customer. So the customize means their requirement. What are their requirement? What are their dependent? So that data will be there in the client. That data will be there. User data will be there. Next one, customer, client dependent customizing data will also there. Next one, application, transaction data. Transactional data will also there. Transactional master data. I'll give you a simple example. What is the difference between a master data and transaction data? Okay. So the master data will not change very frequently. The data which is not going to change very frequently, right? Then that is considered as a master data. The data which is going to change very frequently, then that is considered as a transactional data. Understood? The data which is going to change frequently. For example, if you take your name, is it going to change or it's going to be permanent?
Permanent.
Yes, your name.
Permanent.
Permanent. So is it come under master data or a transactional data?
Master data.
Master data. For example, your residence, your house. Even though we are in rented house, but are we going to change frequently?
No.
Or we will stay for longer period? Minimum period we will be there. So will it come under a master data or a transactional data?
Master data.
Master data, right? Next one. You went to a DMart and you purchased something today. And tomorrow you will go and you will purchase something. And day after tomorrow you will go and you will purchase something. Will you purchase same amount or same quantity every day?
No. No, change it.
No. So will it change or it will be the same?
Change.
So what kind of data is that?
Transaction data.
Understood. Just I'm giving a simple, again, we will discuss in depth. So what do you mean by a master data? Which master data is little permanent in nature, and transactional data which is not permanent in nature. Master data will not change. Transactional data which is going to change very frequently. Clear? So that is called a master. But here all the data, whether it is a master data or a transactional data, everything will be stored under the client. Everything will be stored under client. So how many digit code client in SAP?
3.
3-digit code. It's a numerical value which starts from 000 to 999. Means user can give any number here. I'll tell you in depth again. Okay. The client number will start from 000 to 999. 1000 clients we can give. 1000 client numbers we can give from 000 to 999. Any
Is
number.
it random, sir, or is it like system
It's a
to be
random. It's a
designed?
random.
Okay.
Okay. And this will not given by us. It will be given by technical consultant.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just sharing that. What do you mean by client in SAP? Client is a 3-digit code. You need to say that. And that which contains, what does it contains? A client contains the user master data, client master data, and transactional data. Right? Next one. Next one. So how you need to remember, for example, this is my SAP server. I'm having a SAP server. Okay. So if I click on EHP7, you can see here, this is client. How many digit code it is showing?
3.
What is the number here?
800.
800. You can see this is one client number. Next one, I'm going in one different server. Okay. As soon as you click, then same thing you can see here, client number, same 800. So I can change it to 900. In real time, you can't change it. Here also you can't change it. Clear? So 800, 900 like that we will have, right? So next one, system, as I said that, development server, quality server, production server. So first of all, we will talk about development server. In real time, again, I'm talking about real time server. This is my training servers. Whatever I'm having here, these are my training servers, not real time servers. But in real time servers, you will have 3 different servers. One is development server, quality server, and production server. Clear? So next one, in development server, you can any number of clients. But here I'm having 3 clients. One is 100 client, 110 client, and 120. These are the standard clients in real time. Okay. So first one, 100 client, 110 client. Client number can change in real time also. Clear? This is example I am taking. 100 client, 110 client, 120 client. But here these are the standards. We will call one client as a golden client. Don't go with the numbers. Remember this: golden client, development quality client, and sandbox client. Okay, golden client, development client, sandbox client. So here we are giving golden client number as 100 in real time, development 110 client, sandbox 120 client. So what do you mean by a development client? What we will do in golden client in the sense here. Okay, in golden client, this is a main client. Okay, all the configuration, customization, and program changes can be done only in the golden client. Clear? So for example, BHEL is using, where is my working notes? Yeah. So here, for example, BHEL was using Tally earlier. BHEL is using, earlier they were using Tally, and they want to migrate to what they want to migrate? SAP. Clear? So here and we are from Infosys, right? We are from Infosys. We are from Infosys. So what we will do as a Infosys, we will go to the BHEL, we will take the requirements, from BHEL, okay, and we will start whatever requirement are there, what data they are having in Tally. So that we will start configuration. We will do configuration, means nothing but mapping. Configuration. Okay, that is nothing but mapping, means their requirements we will do SAP standard with BHEL requirement we are going to mapping, right? Next one, customization and program changes. What do you mean by customization and program changes? For example, standard SAP, 90% whatever standard SAP is giving the solution, that is okay for BHEL. Okay, then we will do configuration. But they are having a 10% special requirement. So that we will do through a program. That is called, we call it as a development customization or program changes. Customization and program. Clear? So we will discuss in depth again. So in which server we are going to do all this? Which server we are going to do? Which client we are going to do in this? Golden client. All the development, all the configuration, all customizations, okay, we are going to do in the golden client, right? What are the things we are going to do? We cannot post the transaction, means only development activities we can do, not end user activities. Not end user activities. We can do only the development activities. And who will have access to this? In the sense, only Infosys will have access to this client, this server. Okay, sorry. Okay, who will have access to this? Only Infosys, nothing but we, consultants. Okay, consultants will have access to client 100 under development server, golden client. Next one, okay, the master data which is used in the configuration, that can be created. I'll tell you what do you mean by master. Already I said. So normally master data, as I said that we will maintain master data. So what kind of master data we can have? GL master. If somebody is look like a new, then we will discuss again, no problem. GL master, customer master, vendor master, bank master, etc. Okay, where we are going to create all this? Under which client? Golden client. Under golden client. And who will have access to this? Only consultant will have access to this, not end users, not BHEL. Only Infosys will have access to client, golden client. Clear? We will do all the configuration. I'll tell you what do you mean by configuration in our next sessions. Customization, I'll take one example and I'll explain. But meanwhile, remember that in real time, we will have 3 servers. One is a development server, quality server, and production server. So development server will have access to only software company to whom BHEL or any other end user company has given a project, right? And what they will, this development server contain different clients. So basically they will have clients called golden client, development client, and sandbox client. And in golden client, what are the things we will do? Only consultant will have access to this particular client, right? And what we are going to do in the golden client, all the configurations, all the customizations, right? All the program, means finance FI consultant will have access, CO consultant will have access to this, ABAP consultant will have access to this. Clear? Next one. Okay, the master datas, those master datas which is not used configuration, that not is recommendable to create. Okay, leave it. We'll talk later. Okay. Next one, quality client. Quality client. Second client, development quality client. Development quality client. What do you mean by development quality client? Okay. So here we have done the configuration, correct? We have done the customization in the client 100. So I need to test whether they are working perfectly or not. Whatever configuration, whatever mapping we have done, correct? And whatever customization we have done. So whether they are correct or not. So here I can't test. In the golden client, I can't test. So where I can test, I can test in development client. In the development server only, we can create one more client number, right? Client number, for example, we call that as a development quality client, right? Who will do the testing in this? Consultants only do the testings. Consultant only do the testings. Clear? Now, actually, first the data is in which client? All
Golden.
the, sorry?
Golden.
Golden client, right? Now normally it is a blank. Actually development client is a development quality client is a blank, nothing is there, because entire data is there in the golden client. Why? Because we have done the all the configuration, all the customization, right? All the changes we have done in a golden client. Now I want to test whether it is perfectly configured, perfectly mapped or not, all customization perfectly done or not. So that want to be tested. Clear? So that I can't do in golden client. The testing is not possible in golden client, right? All the configuration testing, all the customization testing we need to do, right? But where we can do, which is cannot be done in golden client. So in the development server only we can have one more client, that is called development quality client. Development quality client, right? So what we will do, the data is in golden client, the data is in golden client. Okay, so normally what we will do, normally for example, on your laptop or desktop, you have your resume, okay, your resume, your pay slips, right, your Aadhaar, your PAN, right, and other details, right? So here where you will save these all the details of your personal details. So what you will do, you will create a folder called folder called personal details folder, and you will save all in that particular folder, correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
You will save under one folder, or you leave it like that? You will create
No, send them one folder.
you will create everything in one folder. If someone asks you, then you can send that folder directly, correct?
Yes.
Yes or no? If you want to apply in a company, HR want all these details, right? So what you will do, if you keep resume on your desktop at one place, pay slips are at different place, Aadhaar is on one place, PAN is on one place, and other details are in one place. So you need to check that and you need to send it. Instead of that, what you will do, you will club everything in one folder. What you are going to do, you are going to send to HR. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
in the same way, SAP also, whatever configurations, whatever customizations we have done, we will save in one folder. We are going to save in one folder. Clear? So that folder, we call it in SAP as a transport request. In Windows environment, we call it as a folder. Correct? So in SAP, what we call transport request. Transport request, right? So all the changes, all this we are going to save under one transport request. So whatever configuration, whatever customization, whatever changes we have done, that will need to be stored, right? So that will be stored under transport request. And if I want to move, now I need to copy the data from golden client to development client, right? Then what I'll do, I have done here 1,000 configuration, 1,000 customizations, 1,000 changes. So total 3,000 configuration, customization changes are there. So if I want to send individual, it is not possible. Correct? So that is the reason we are going to save under one transport request, nothing but folder, right? Whatever we call. So that folder we are going to send to development client. I'll show you how to send and all those stuff in our project classes. So that is called, the client is used to testing purpose. The development client is used for testing purpose. And who will do the testing? End user or consultant?
Consultant.
Consultant. Clear? Next one. So that is nothing but same. We will do the testing. What is the testing we are going to do? We are going to do the configuration testing, customization testing, right? Customizations are copied from golden client 100 to development client. How it is going to be copied? Through, how it is going to be copied?
Transport request.
Transport request, TR. Normally we call it as a TR. Clear? We are going to save in TR and we are going to send to from golden client to development client. We call it as a TR. TR stands for transport request. Clear? Next one. All type of master data can be created directly in development client for testing purpose, right? So everything. So for example, everything we have done, moved, and we have started testing. If everything is fine, no problem. If testing got failure, configuration testing or customization testing failed, then again, we will do the changes in golden client. We will do the changes in golden client, and again, the changes will be transported to development quality client. So same thing I mentioned here. If testing failure, need to modify the configuration in golden client. So here we can't do any modifications. Where again we need to go back, we need to change in golden client, right? And whatever changes we have done, that again need to transport to development client. Means we need to send it to development client through a TR. Clear? So here we are going to send, if everything is fine, right? Okay, then if the results are okay, then the customization will be copied from golden client to quality server client. So entire data is fine. Now who has tested this?
Consultant.
Consultant. Now everything is fine. Now what we need to do, whatever data is 100% fine, that we need to send it to quality server. Here the consultant and end user in the sense from BHEL, they will do the testing. Okay, so understood the difference between golden client and development client? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah. Next one, we have one more. It's an optional sandbox client. So what do you mean by a sandbox client? In the sense, it is, for example, you have joined as a consultant. And you got the project. So project of for example, Apple, you are working for Infosys and you got the Apple project. Apple is a company, you know that. They are also using SAP since long. So you are working for Apple project. Okay, so what do you mean by Apple project? So for to start the project, they have already purchased the servers. So to start the project, 1 week or 10 days time is there. 10 days time is there. So meanwhile, instead of sitting, what they will what they will do, they will give you access to development client. In that, they will create one client called sandbox client. Sandbox client, what purpose? You can do practice, not real-time configuration, right? Only dummy configuration you can do. And after that, you can delete it, right? So that is the reason we call it as a sand, right? Normally we can write on sand and we can immediately delete it. Clear? So this is for practice purpose in real time, right? So same thing, sandbox can be used like a play. Why play? Before doing a real-time configuration, what you will do to check your knowledge, you will do all the development in sandbox. And after that, it cannot be transported to client, golden client or a quality client. It will be there only in sandbox client. It cannot be transported. Only for practice purpose, it will be there. Clear? Next one. In the sandbox, we can set the configuration, modification of master data. We can also post everything we can do, but we can't transport it. Clear? The sandbox can be used where the consultant is not comfort, right? I'm a new consultant. I'm not comfort on the subject. I don't know. Then to get a practice, I will use this sandbox client. After that, that can be deleted. Understood? What do you mean by development client? What is a golden client? What is a development client? And what is a sandbox client? Yes, no?
Yes, Naveen. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, in the real time, there is after that, after configuration, everything is tested and everything is okay from the consultant. Then the objects will be moved, nothing but the data will be copied from quality development server to quality server. Clear? So quality server client, and this will have access to both consultants. We will have access, and end user, nothing but BHEL people will also have access to this, right? So what are the things it will do in this quality client? So in the quality server, all the customization testing settings will be copied from golden client to quality server, okay, clients, by using transport requests, right? Next one, the business users are nothing but from BHEL. Okay, what they can do, they can perform the testing. Okay, so because at the end they are going to work, right? BHEL people are going to work. So whatever scenarios they are having, they can test here. Clear? In the quality, right? And after that, we can't do in the quality server, we can't do any configuration or any customization. This server is only for testing and training purpose. We can't do any configuration nor any customization in this particular server. Clear? What we are going to do, if at all in this particular quality client, if they are testing and they are facing some issues, right? BHEL is facing some sort of issues, then again configuration problem, then again they will do the changes in development client, that is nothing but your golden client, right? If everything is fine, and again they will send the transport request to quality. First they will do in development server, and after that they will move it to quality server. Clear, everyone? Next one, we can't do any configuration changes and also not possible to do any new configuration in the quality environment. Okay, and all the configurations and customizations are performed in golden client. Then after that we can copy it from golden client to quality client. Clear? Next one, we can maintain directly, okay, some master data we can maintain directly in quality server client for testing purpose and training purpose. So in quality client, what we are going to do, the real testing we are going to do, but we can't do any developments nor any configuration nor any customizations in quality client. Remember that. Clear? Next one, we can do only the testing. If at all any changes are needed, then we can't do any changes in quality client. So that need to be done in the golden client, and from there again they need to be transported and they need to be tested in quality server client. And who will do the testing? The business users will do the testings, right? Next one, in this client we need to do all the trainings also. In quality client. Okay, so after testing, after trainings, if everything is fine, next the data will be moved to production client. So what do you mean by production client? The real time server. The live server means The real-time activities will be taken. The real-time activities will be taken. Okay. So this will be there at BHEL. Okay. A production client can also called as a live system, right? So in this production client, we can't do any development, we can't do any configuration, any customization or any modifications, any changes, we can't do it. And here in this client, we can't do any testings, nor we can't do any trainings because it is a live system. Clear? And all type of master data maintained directly in the production system, production client. Clear? All the business transactions posted means real-time data. They have purchased something, they can store it. Clear? They have done some sales, they can directly store. So whatever transactional data, master data, live transactional data taken place, that will be stored in production client. All the reports will be generated at production client. All analysis will be done at production client. Clear? So same thing I have mentioned in the last point. Not possible to modify, okay, the organization data. Okay, not possible to modify the configurations or developments directly in the production client. Clear? So this is about in real time, we will have 3 servers. One is development server, next one quality server and production server. But in our training environment, we will have only one server, training server. In that only we will do all the development server activity. In that only we will do all the quality activity. In that only we will do the production activities. Clear? I'll give a pause here. Any questions from your end before I go ahead? Before I move forward, any questions from your end? So you take any software, clear? Any implementation project, you will have the same. If you are taking Oracle, Tally or anything, you will have the same concept. All the development configurations will map in one server. Testing will be done in one server and real-time activities will be performed in one server. Clear? Any questions here before I move forward? Two things, yes, no, so that I can go forward. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's clear. Actually, before any project starts, all the server and this testing and training will be done in the sandbox only, right? From starting.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
So
here,
later on, it will go to development server and quality server.
yes.
Okay.
So next one, for example, I'm taking one example here. For example, as I said that BHEL. Okay. So BHEL is the customer, right? Earlier they were using Oracle or Tally or any other software. But due to because as I said that SAP will support all the departments, all the modules, all the languages, all the currencies across the globe, right? No any other ERP supports that much. And it will integrate to all the modules, all the departments from small to big organizations. Clear? So for that BHEL or any other company, they purchased SAP software. So what they has done? BHEL has purchased SAP software. Okay. This is from SAP AG. What is the company name? Company name is SAP AG. Again, I'm reiterating yesterday's session only. Right? So they purchased a raw software. Right? It's not a complete ready-made software they purchased. They purchased SAP raw software. From whom they have purchased? SAP AG. So BHEL, okay, they are into electronics business. They're not into a software business. Clear? Clear? So they cannot use directly the software for their business. Clear? SAP, whatever they purchase, they can't directly use because they purchased a raw software, not a final software. So why it is not possible? Why it is not possible? In the sense, first condition, they are not into a software business. Correct? BHL into electronics business. Right? Next one, BHL business structure. Okay, BHL structure and business process and requirement controls are not readily available in SAP. So what do you mean by this? In the sense, for example, whenever we purchase our SAP AG, a SAP product from SAP AG, we purchased SAP license, nothing but SAP software. So here SAP will give the complete dump, raw software it will give, raw software. Okay. So in this 80%, normally 80% software we can directly use. We can use directly by configuration, by doing mapping. But other 20% businesses will have a different requirement. 20% will have their own requirement. Correct? So for this 20%, whatever requirement means, BHEL is purchasing a SAP, Reliance is purchasing a SAP, for example, Bajaj is purchasing an SAP, Apple is purchasing an SAP, everyone. But here what is happening? Apple business requirement is something different. Reliance business requirement is something different. BHEL business requirement is something different. Bajaj requirement is something different. So 80% all companies can use the software, but here the 20% cannot be used directly. So for this 20% configuration, so here what I mentioned here, right? BHEL structure and business process and required controls not readily available in SAP, right? So for that, what BHEL need to do? So for example, I have given a point. BHEL want to use SAP. So what they need to be done? They need to be done first. Okay. So here, first point, SAP SAP product along with the license to be purchased. What BHEL need to do? They want to use SAP. They heard about SAP. They have seen about SAP BHEL, and now they liked it and they want to use SAP in their organization. So for that, what first step they need to take? They need to purchase the product along with the license. Right? Next one. Every business will have their own organization structure, business structure. Clear? So, for example, is BHEL organization structure. Okay. Company, plants, business units, right? Company, they will have a different companies. They will have a different branches, different plants, like that, different products, right? So, should be mapped in SAP, should be set in SAP. Second point. Next one, BHEL business process. Okay, so they will do some purchasing process, they will have some sales process, they will have some HR process, right? They have some manufacturing process. So all the processes need to be, that is not readily available in SAP, right? So that need to be mapped BHEL business process in SAP. BHEL business process need to be mapped in SAP. Clear? Next one, BHEL business process controls. What do you mean by business process controls? Controls in the sense, for example, I want to sell on a credit basis. Okay. So for example, I'll say that BHEL is one company, right? BHEL is one company. Okay. BHEL is one company. Next one, another company is there. For example, Bajaj. So their business controls are something different. Bajaj business controls are something different. For example, both want to do a credit sales. Both want to do a credit sales to customer. Credit sales to customer. Credit sales to customer. So here BHEL wants to check their credit history. customer credit history before selling. So if 90% customer credit capacity is good, then only they will do the credit sales. Like you want a personal loan or you want a credit card. So how banks will check your credibility, right? Every bank will have their own control, right? Someone will say that CIBIL if 800, then only we will give, or 850, then only we will give. If it is 700, then only we will give. If it is 600 also, it's fine for us. So each and every bank will have their own control, correct? In the same way, BHEL is checking on a credit sale, their customer should have a credibility of 90% of repayment in the past history. And Bajaj want to sell its product, whoever is having 75% of good history, right? So these controls need to be mapped in SAP. Clear? And BHEL approvals and authorization process to be mapped in SAP. So for example, one bill is processed, one invoice. Once we have done one sales, right, we will submit invoice. Vendor, for example, we purchased something on credit, right? Vendor will send an invoice to us, right? And after that, our accountant will record in the system. And after that, the payment need to go, right? So how, for example, if it is 10,000, right, your assistant manager need to approve, your senior manager need to approve, for example. The process is like, after that, your head, nothing but your BP need to be approved that. So the processes will be different. Approval process and authorization process need to be mapped in SAP, right? And after that, the trainings need to be provided to business users. So for BHEL employees from past 20 years, they are using either Tally or Oracle or any other softwares. For the first time, they are introducing SAP and they are very new to SAP. Clear? As a consultant, sometimes we need to give trainings to the business users at the time of implementation, at the time of introducing SAP in their organization. Clear? And after that, as I said, the different testings in the quality system, BHEL employees need to test before releasing to go live. Before moving to production server, the BHEL team the end user need to test all the scenarios. Clear? Next one. All historical data need to bring to SAP. So we call it as a cutover activities in real time. Okay. What do you mean when all historical data? Because from 20 years, BHEL is using different softwares. So in that, some data will be there, right? Vendor details, customer details, bank details, lot of details will be there 20 years. So if I'm not now, I want to use a new software, in the sense whatever data is there in my old system or old software, that need to bring it to SAP, because we have a lot of activities. So we have a lot of programs that we will see at the end in our project classes, how the data need to be transferred from existing system to current SAP system. Clear? Next one, BHEL reporting requirements need to be addressed. So they need different, the BHEL SAP standard is having a different reports, but BHEL is having their specific requirements in reporting: customer report or vendor report, sales analysis or purchase aging reports, customer aging reports. So different, so that everything we need to be addressed as a consultant. So they will check BHEL before getting this. So they will check all this available or not. Next one. So now, if everything is finalized, what BHEL will do is BHEL will give a because as a BHEL can't use directly SAP in their organization. So for that, as I said, that BHEL need to give that what you call project to one of the software company. So in this, sorry, someone is having a problem. Okay. Okay. BHEL has given a contract or project to IT companies, right? Anything that could be. I have taken here example TCS. Okay. TCS to implement SAP for BHEL, right? So TCS is a software company. Okay. And it took a project from BHEL, right? So here from TCS company, who all are involved in the project from TCS company or from software company, who all are involved. So after completion of the course, so we need to see ourselves in this particular roles, in this particular roles. Clear? These are our roles. So what is this? In the project, okay, in the project from TCS, one project manager will be there, one project manager will be there, one delivery managers will be there, right? One, or according to volume of the project, 2 or 3 projects managers, right? Next one, consultants from each module, consultant from each module from TCS, that is finance consultant, CO consultant, MM consultant, SD consultant, PP consultant, ABAP basis, like that, whatever requirements BHL having, for each department, each module, one or more than one consultant will be get involved in this particular. So normally we'll call it as a software engineer, FI software engineer or controlling software engineer or somewhere, whatever you call. Clear? So the project manager will be there, right? One or more, or delivery managers, right? Next one, different consultants will involve in this, right? So consultants will present about SAP key features to the BHL employees. So what is our job here? Initially, before implementation, so we need to explain the important features of SAP to the BHL employees. So BHL has taken, the head of the BHL has taken the software. He knows about SAP, but employees who are going to work in future, they don't know about SAP. So we are going to explain the key important feature to BHL employee. We are going to conduct lot of workshops. Lot of workshops we are going to conduct before implementation of the project. Clear? So, and who will involve from BHL? From BHL, core team members means the end user level, whoever are involved from end user level, who are going to involve in the project, we are going to use the term called core team members. Core team members. Core team. Some in interview definitely. For example, I'm not having a real time experience. I'm not having a real time experience. I'm having a SAP knowledge. So what I did, I have changed my profile. Okay, my projects, I mentioned it as I worked as a SAP consultant. So interviewer try to pull our leg. They will ask, so you worked as a which CTM? So then the people say that, okay, I worked as an FICTM. So whenever you say that FICTM, then definitely they will call that you, whatever set real-time experience you mentioned, that is not a real-time experience. Never ever say that we are from core team. We are from consulting team. Clear? CTM is not a consulting team member. It is a core team member. Core team member from BHEL or end user side. If you say that I worked as a CTM or a core team member, then definitely whatever you mentioned in your resume will be caught then and there itself. So careful terminologies here, right? So whoever involved from end user side, BHEL or Reddy Labs or any other, right? Then they are considered as a core team members. Okay. So what is the consultant will have a SAP knowledge, but what is core team members? Core team members will have complete BHEL business process knowledge. Correct? They are working from 15 years, 10 years, 5 years in that organization. So they will have a complete knowledge of BHEL business process, right? CTMs represents core team members are going to represent from BHEL or end user. Here I'm taking an example of BHEL. So that's the reason I'm stressing. But you can make it as a, who is a core team member? He is going to represent from end user. Clear? And for every department wise, there will be n number of departments will be there in BHL. So every department wise, for example, if I take finance department, okay, finance department, they are using Tally. BHEL is using Tally. BHEL is using Tally. So in finance department, 100 people are working. 100 employees are working. Right? Now BHEL is decided. BHEL is decided to go with SAP. Right? So here is BHEL is going to involve all the 100 members from finance department in the project. Everyone are going to involve. For example, controlling model CO. 50 employees are there. 50. So everyone are going to involve in the project? No. Whoever
No.
are seniors, whoever are good knowledge on finance, whoever are having a departmental activity knowledge, okay, for 2 or 3 people are going to involve in this particular project. 5 members from here, right? 3 members from here, like other department also, whoever are having a good knowledge, good experience, so they are going to involve in the project, right? And these team members are known as a core 5, 3, whatever you call. So these members are known as a core team members. Core team members. Clear? From every department, why CTMs appointed for the project? Everyone will not going to involve. Only few people are going to employ. Few employees are going to involve. So those employees are from BHL are known as CTMs. Okay, and CTMs reports to the business process owner, BPO. So whoever, see, as I said that for consulting side, project lead, okay, project manager is a head, right? From end user side, who will be the head? BPO, business process owner. Business process owner. So business CTMs will report to whom? Business process owner. Consultants will report to project manager or project lead or delivery manager, like that. Clear? So next one, who is a business process owner? BPO? He is nothing but a head of the department. Finance department, one head, right? CO, one head. Controlling, marketing, materials management, one head. Sales, one head, right? They are known as a business process owners, right? BPO, business process owner, is a final decision making for his particular department. He will take all the decisions. Clear? Next one, CTM roles. Who is CTM?
Core team member.
Yeah. So what are their roles here? He need to prepare document on a current business process. So here we will talk little about documentation. So who is a core team member in the sense? See, he is doing a finance activity, or he is doing a controlling activity, or he is doing a HR activity. So in whatever software they are using earlier, okay, they need to prepare each and every step in the document, how they are going to start from first step, how the process will end in Tally or Arkle or PeopleSoft or JD Edward, whatever software they are using. So they need to mention point to point in the document. Okay, that document in any project, this is not specific to SAP, any project, okay, any software project, we will call this as a as is document or as is process. What is the process? As is means before implementing new software in existing software, what are the steps from step 1 to last step? They need to write very clearly, step by step. So that process we call it as a as is process, and whatever document they are preparing, that document is known as a as is document. As is process, as is document. So what is as is process? Right? Explained about, it's going to be explained about current business process, how they are following. Next one. Okay, what are the disadvantages? What are the advantages with the current business process? Right? And what are the important reports they are using? And what are the expectations from the SAP? Right? What are the new expectations from SAP system? Right? Next one, what are the new reports they are expecting from SAP, which is not able to get in their old system? So everything will be prepared in their as is process document. Clear? So who will prepare as is document? Who will prepare as is document?
CT.
CTM, core team member. Okay, and that will hand over to consultant, respective consultant. What is happening in real time, that I have mentioned here. Okay, now what consultant as a consultant, what is our job? Clear? Once we receive and it will take almost 1 to 1.5 month time to do this documentation and all those stuff. Immediately we won't get a work, right? Once we go to BHEL, we will understand their process and they will give the documents and we need to read that. I will show you that all the documents, real-time documents also. Clear? What is, as a consultant, what is our job? We need to read the as is process, as is document, and note, for example, if something we didn't understood, right? Something which is tricky, okay, which we require a clarifications from CTMs, okay, that we will make a note of it. We will make a note of it. And after that, CTM will present about as is process to the consultants. Clear? Completely they will show. What is a consultant? After understanding everything, if at all any clarifications required, then we will take from CTMs. Once everything is fine, we understood everything, then what is our job as a consultant? We will prepare future process document. Again, remember that as is document, as is process document will be prepared by CTM, and future process document will be prepared by consultant. We need to prepare that, right? So what do you mean by future process document? Then we call that the process document also to be document. As is document, to be document. To be document is also known as future process document or process designed document or to be processed in SAP. So after taking a proper consideration, we are going to prepare one more document. Who? Consultant. So after implementation of SAP, how the reports will come, how your current process, whatever disadvantages are there, how that can be overcome in SAP. So everything we will prepare. Clear? So as a consultant, what is our job? Okay, need to prepare process designed document, PDD. Okay, as a consultant, what is the document we are going to prepare? Process design document, right? Next, in that we need to explain how the process to be followed in SAP, right? And next one, identify the gaps. Means, as I said that 80% we can map with the SAP standard. How much we are not able to map? How much percentage we are not able to map? 80% we directly map with the SAP standard. But how much we are not able to map?
20.
20%. So that we are going to call it as a gaps. Means which the solution is not available in SAP. The BHEL requirements, 80% we are able to map. But 20% we are not able to map, which are not there in SAP. Which are not there in SAP. Clear? So that is a limitation. But how we are going to address? How we are going to address? Yesterday we discussed rise a few, right? So those things will be done again I'm saying, so as I said that SAP limitations means, as I said that BHL requirement we are able to map only 80%, but 20% we are not able to map. But other 20% we can map through technical development with the help of ABAPer. Clear? So in SAP, everything and anything is possible. SAP standard will give you 80% solution. Another 20% we need to do technical development and work around solutions. So that gaps can be fulfilled. Configuration and customer development. Okay. Next one, report requirement. Right? So report requirements is nothing but logic to develop the reports. Right? So here we need to prepare FSD, nothing but functional specification document, design document. Means what is the requirement of customer. Okay, we will prepare step by step. We are not going to write a single line program. Just we will take the requirement from the customer. We will write step by step. right? And that document we will give it to ABAPer, who are going to write a program according to the customer requirement. Clear? What is our job here? First, we need to understand the requirement of customer. Whatever we can map with the SAP standard, we can map it, right? If something we cannot map through SAP standard, then that has to be technically developed, right? And we will prepare a document for that also, and we will give it to ABAPer, and they will do all the programming in the backend. Clear? Once it is done, okay, so once the process designed document or process to be processed document will be hand over to CTM. If everything is completed, then the document will be hand over to CTMs, nothing but core team member. What core team member will do in any project, this is a standard. Core team member will read the process document, then they will notice, okay, they will try to understand if any clarification is required. If any clarification is required, then they will come with the questions, right? So once we clarify the questions, then we need to present, okay, as a consultant, we need to explain everything to CTMs. Okay, once consultant need to clarify all the queries which are raised by CTM. All the queries we need to raise, address, right? And after that, CTM, the document will be taken, to be document will be taken, okay, CTM, and they will present to their business process owners, nothing but departmental heads, right? BPO can also raise some queries because BPOs will have a more knowledge than CTMs. So they might raise a questions. So need to clarified by either CTMs or consultants. If they know, they will address. If they don't know, then they will come to us. Clear? Next. So everything is fine. BPO is also happy. All the BPO departmental head also happy. Then what we will do? The last process will be signing process. In any project, you will have the signing process. What do you mean by that? The CTMs and business process owners will sign off. That means they have agreed for all the solutions. So that is called project design document, okay, or process documents are signed off, means they are accepted the project. Okay, so next one, as a consultant, okay, business process mapping we have done, configurations testings we have done, okay, testing, this is already we discussed, okay, the same thing in our this thing. So what I'll do, I'll give a pause here and kindly share your email IDs so that I can share the material to respective email IDs. And my request is create one separate email ID because we are going to get any number of materials, right? So this will be continued. This material will be continued. Clear? So that is the reason it will have in only one email, which will not impact your personal emails. So create one email ID only for this. So where you will get lot of material throughout our course, entire our course. Clear? And share in the group whatever email address so that I can share the material by today EOD. And today EOD I am going to raise your SAP request. By tomorrow EOD you will get your SAP practice server access of ECC. So I'll share all the details by tomorrow EOD, your server access details also. And kindly check your WhatsApp. Personal WhatsApp, I will share it. Okay. Any questions before I call it for today? Yes, no.
No, sir.
Okay, then. Thank you very
Clear,
much.
Naveen. Yeah.
Thanks. So we will connect next week so that kindly share me your personal. Again, humble request, create a separate email for material. Because if you miss it, then probably I'm helpless. Because I can't, because it will be in the drive that will go. So that's the reason I'm asking. I'll share that. That's the reason I'm not giving a drive access also. I'm giving directly, I'm sending the material to here where you can download and you can see the material lifetime. If I give in the drive, in the sense, if drive crashed or something happens, then you will lose your material. Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you. Now.
Thank you. See you.